Well, hello out there to all of you seekers of plastic camaraderie. Welcome to my channel where I sit and talk about dolls. Sometimes it's Barbie, sometimes it's Illy, sometimes it's Monster High, sometimes it's a Disney princess. You get the point, lest I carry on like this. Basically, if she's made of plastic and looking for a home, then she's welcome here. Because I make questionable financial decisions with dolls, but justify it by calling it content. My name is Daniel, and I am the Barbie book boy. Today, we are embracing our maternal instincts by unboxing and reviewing one of the most iconic mothers in pop culture history, the one and only Morticia Addams. Now, the Addams family has actually been around for a really long time, originally appearing as a comic strip in The New Yorker in 1938. You look pretty darn good for 88 years old. Over the past 8 decades, these characters have been represented in a multitude of ways. They've been in books, television, feature films, animated films, video games. The Addams Family was even a Broadway musical once. Maybe we could coax you into singing a few bars for us this evening? But this particular doll is representative of a more recent incarnation of the Addams matriarch. This kooky little denizen of the underworld is taken straight out of the Netflix series Wednesday, specifically Season 2 of Wednesday. There's actually been one other Monster High Morticia Addams doll, but she was part of a duo set that was inspired by the animated movie. So this is the first time that we get to see Morticia as a standalone Skullector doll of her very own. So let's jump right in, starting with her delightfully spooky box. So for Morticia, Mattel has gone for a window box, which seems to be the style of box that they're committed to for this Wednesday line of dolls. All of her predecessors followed that trend. Both of the Wednesday dolls, the Enid Sinclair doll and the Bianca doll, they all have window boxes. And this one shows off Mrs. Addams in her stately and stylish sitting room that hasn't sacrificed comfort for style, as evidenced by the adorable little Skullector throw pillows on her couch. The lighting is soft and the wallpaper is just gorgeously gothic. She's kind of posing here in front of this arch, and I imagine this is how she greets her guests as they arrive for a dinner party or a seance or both. The side of the box features a gorgeous image of Morticia fiercely posing, and the other side just has the Monster High X Wednesday font. The back of her box, simple, beautiful image posing fiercely. Monster High X Wednesday, her name, Morticia Addams. And in the show, the character of Morticia, much like Wednesday, is a writer. So on the back of the box here, they've included this blurb of Morticia's morbid musings. They've got it here in English and also down here in French, which is very on brand for Morticia.
Il me perce comme un poignard.
Oh, Tish. That's French.
Oui.
God,
I'm not going to read it out to you, but if you want, you can just pause it right here and give it a read for yourself. It's in the voice of the character, and it's definitely worth a read. All right, so that's enough dilly-dallying. Let's not keep her waiting any longer. I'm going to step out, unbox her, and I will be right back. Okay, Mrs. Addams stepped out real quick to gather a bouquet of hemlock under the full moon. So while she's gone, let's take a closer look at her card. Now that you can see it up close, you can see it's got a pretty little blood red carpet and fun little tables. Here's her wallpaper in more detail, as well as a mounted animal head here and one right here that are for sure haunted and come back to life at night, because nothing in the Addams house is ever quite what it seems to be. Moving on. She came with this basic little saddle stand, but they also did something kind of interesting with the base of her stand. It's wrapped in paper. Usually these come in like plastic wrap. So that's new. So inside the plastic wrap were the little leg braces that attach to the stem of her stand to kind of help keep her legs in place. And then the base of her stand is just a black spider web with a skullette here in the middle. Perfectly on brand for Monster High and Morticia Addams. Moving on. So here's the lady herself, freshly liberated and ready to
Seek out the dark forces and join their hellish crusade. That's all.
Now the character of Morticia Addams, as beautiful as she's always been, has a historically simple look. Stark, but simple. She's known for long, straight, jet black hair, skin-tight black dress, and pale, ghostly complexion. As such, I've made a point to manage my expectations for this doll, since Morticia isn't really a character who gives you a lot to go on stylistically. And let's face it, us doll collectors practically demand faithful representations of the characters that we love. So too many liberties being taken with style would not be welcome. But let's see what they've done anyway, shall we? First, let's start with her hair. True to form, it is a simple middle part with good, tight thatching, and this hair is so satisfyingly long and thick and silky soft. And it's almost like rigidly black. I mean, look how black and shiny this gorgeous hair is. And not a single hair out of place, because Mrs. Addams does not do flyaways. Now, as is expected, she has a touch of box hair. It's the standard amount, but that's easily taken care of, especially because the quality of this hair is so top-notch. Equally as immaculate is her face sculpt and screening. And though she has been given the Monster High treatment, you can totally see her resemblance to Catherine Zeta-Jones here. And I was actually glad to see an original face sculpt rather than just repurposing the one from her 2-pack. I like when a character who's been as widely portrayed as Morticia has multiple representations of all of the various incarnations. It's exciting to see beloved characters reimagined in new and creative ways, you know? Anyway, her screening is a fairly faithful ode to Wednesday Season 2 Morticia. It's a simple purple eye makeup, a little bit of rouge, and a dramatically dark red lip on a ghostly pale complexion. I mean, nothing spectacularly mind-blowing, because a mama bear as fierce as Morticia can wear any face she wants, and she'll still be leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of us, let's face it. But one of the things that Monster High does that is so effective, particularly in this character, is the design of her eyes. I don't know if you can see this, but they've given her a spiderweb pattern on her irises, and they included her initials in each eye, so the right eye has M and the left eye has an A. And that's such a nice detail for Morticia specifically because, as I stated, her look can be a bit simplistic. So details like that serve to elevate the design without affecting the accuracy are more than welcome here. Moving on. Morticia is wearing these simple silver pendant drop style earrings with a shiny black stone that I'm just going to go ahead and assume are black diamonds made from the ashes of her departed enemies. Because telling myself makes me feel better about this horrible, cheap, matte plastic material that they used. I often stave off disappointment by substituting my own reality. Moving on. They repeated the offensive jewelry mockery with her 2 rings, but I mean, at least they're actual rings and not just stabbed into molded plastic hands. So this one's got a little matching Diamond of the Dead, and this one is just a simple silver wedding band, which I like to imagine is fashioned from the very silver bullet that her great-great-grandfather used to kill a werewolf that was terrorizing his flock of vampire bats. See, throw some imagination at the problem and we can stomach almost anything, no matter how drab. But at least they gave her an acceptable black manicure to help with her lackluster adornments. Moving on. Her black floor-length gown features these dramatic bell sleeves that I have absolutely no doubt are hiding an entire armory of weapons. And the dress has a high slit in the front with this red satiny lining. It's giving very Black Widow. Though I doubt she would ever actually kill Gomez after mating like a Black Widow spider does to its mates. But probably not for a lack of trying. They seem like the type of couple that would be into those sort of games. Moving on. The material of this dress is this gorgeous black shiny velvety fabric. It's nice and thick and durable, and it's got nicely finished hems, which is important when navigating spell work and combustible potions. And the red satin lining here in the front where the slit is a beautiful pop of color, and it gives the illusion of a satin material, but it's actually kind of papery, almost plasticky. But you wouldn't really know that until she's in your hand because it looks so good, you know? Moving on. Okay, Monster High. What can I say about them and their ongoing experimentations with object heels? A, for effort. Let's just start with that right there. But the good folks over at Mattel, well, I think this one kind of got away from them a little bit, like it went off the rails. So on one shoe, they gave Morticia a red glass heart for her heel, which I'll admit on its own actually seems kind of cool because we can see through it and all of the veining and the arteries. That's pretty cool. And for the other shoe, they did this green carnivorous plant with molded teeth. And look, I get it. The heart is a reference to the glass heart that Morticia wears in the episode where she and Wednesday have their duel. And the carnivorous plant represents Morticia's love of botany and dangerous plants. Specifically, her pet plant called Cleopatra, who I don't think is actually featured in the Netflix series, but is sort of canonical to Morticia's character. But I'm just going to give it to you straight. These do not work, at least for me. In fact, I abhor them. I loathe them. I wish to permanently erase these from Addams' family history. These are a blight on Morticia's character as a whole. First of all, the heart isn't even positioned correctly. Like, it's situated all awkwardly down here in her arch. It doesn't even touch the heel of her shoe. What is that, Mattel? I'm sorry, dear. I don't mean to be critical. I know it isn't your fault. I blame your human handlers over at Mattel, not you. And I know I said it earlier that with Morticia, it's such a simple look that they had to try and find creative ways to elevate her look and justify the price point. But this isn't it. I mean, I like the idea of a nod to the glass heart from that episode, but I wish they would have done it almost like as a brooch on her collar or something like that. It does not an object heel make. And the plant, well, I guess it works slightly better than the heart, but I actually think I would have preferred just a simple black stiletto spiked heel. Maybe with some sort of a painted detail on the back like they did with the 2023 Elvira Skullector doll. I think that could have worked nicely. This just feels clumsy to me. It's poorly executed and it's a little too on the nose. Like it's a little too literal for it to actually work. Morticia Addams deserves better than that. We deserve better than that. I mean, on the Morticia doll from the 2-pack, they at least gave her roses with stems as the heel, and that worked much better. So that tells me that they are capable of effective object heel design. I mean, I don't think they should have like recycled that same shoe for this doll, but something a little more effective like that. As for what happened here, I have no idea. But I'm not gonna let it come between me and my beloved doll. I still adore her. I'm still thrilled to have her in my life. I still think she's beautiful. I still love the dress and the hair and the sculpt and the screening. I'll just be sure to make sure her heels aren't visible by posing her dress favorably, thus hiding the offending problem like some deep dark family secret. And there you have it. The Monster High X Wednesday Morticia Addams Skullector doll. The perfect helicopter mom who defines darkness while navigating marriage and motherhood with sinister style and ferocious fabulousness. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today as I liberated yet another plastic pal from her cardboard cage. I'm going to be doing these little doll reviews weekly, so if this is your thing, then stay tuned. Also, if you're into books, be sure to go check out my videos on book reviews. I mean, I am, after all, the Barbie book boy. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You could leave a comment saying hi to Morticia, ask her all about her favorite Addams family traditions, or tell her all about your own spooky family shenanigans. Now, if you'll excuse us, she and I need to go conjure up a curse to bestow upon the perpetrators of her felonious footwear. Bye!